Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. It's Friday, April 8th, 2022. It's about 4:25 p.m. in the afternoon. It's kind of a gray, gloomy day here in Wisconsin. It's currently 35 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind ain't too bad today. Usually if we do get a nice day, which is very rare, it's windy, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, so it's been kind of not very nice here in Wisconsin. Everybody's waiting to get outside and do some spring work, I think. Last year I planted corn on the 25th and 26th of April. I don't see that happening this year. That was the earliest I planted corn. To me, that's a little bit risky. I've only got a small farm. I don't need to get planted that early. I know a lot of these people with 2,000, 3,000 acres, they got to get out there and get going, and they'll take a chance on it, but there is a possibility it could get frozen off. But the corn nowadays is a lot stronger than it used to be years ago. It's bred for stuff like that. It's crossbred and stuff, and it's just made it's a stronger breed of corn than it used to be when I was a kid. When I was a kid around here, we didn't plant until like May 15th. That was the date, so you'd be clear of all frost and stuff. But people are planting a lot earlier nowadays and stuff, and it seems to be working out for the most part. Once in a while, the corn will get frosted off or something like that, but for the most part, it's pretty good. So before long, we're going to be busier than heck out working because it'd be nice to kind of spread it out, but it's kind of hard to spread stuff out when it's nasty like this. Hasn't been a whole lot of sunshine. I tell you, if we get a half an hour, we're pretty lucky. So in my recommendations, I say if you're living in this kind of area where there's not much sunshine right now, make sure you're taking your vitamin D3. Everybody needs that to stay healthy. That's just my recommendations. I'm not giving no medical advice, but that's what I do. And I just recently learned that if you're taking vitamin D3, you should be having, I can't remember, I believe it's called K2 with it, so it'll doesn't build up in your arteries. That's just what I've read. So you might want to investigate that if you're gonna think about taking some D3. But so far it's been keeping me healthy. I think I haven't been sick at all. I can't remember the last time I've been sick, so that's good. Just thought I might spread that out to you and give you a little advice, and you might want to look into it. Been keeping me pretty healthy, so I wanted to mention this video is going to be a little bit about everything. I'm going to be all over the place. Last, I'd say 3-4 days, I've been out a little bit, and I got my oil changed because it was so nasty out. I didn't feel like doing it myself at home. It's so cold and rainy, and I usually do it laying on the grass. It's muddy out there, so I just took it in and had it changed. And boy, I tell you what, lately I've been meeting the nicest people. I can't believe. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what, but boy, I bet the people I've met are just like outstanding. Usually, people talk about the bad people, but I've met some pretty awesome people lately. I met a couple people from Indiana, and when I was getting my oil changed, they were from a factory down there, and they were sent up here to another factory that buys some of their products, I guess to kind of consult them and help them with some of their problems they're having or something. And boy, they were super nice people. The company, I can't remember the name of the company they work for, but it was something to do with thermostats for like vehicles and stuff like that. And they're telling me how this electric cars and stuff is really going to affect their business because electric cars don't have thermostats. But he said they're trying to adapt and stuff because there's cooling stuff on batteries and stuff, and it's a big learning curve for these factories to get out of what they're doing and try to adapt and stay in business and go with a new flow, which I never really thought about. I'm like, never would think about the stuff on cars that these factories make, and they're not going to be needing that stuff no more because electric vehicles are totally different. Some of the stuff will be the same or similar, and those companies can make stuff like that. But like a thermostat, that's something not really needed on an electric vehicle. I never really thought about that much. But boy, they were super nice people. They had telling how they got a farm down in Indiana, but they rent their farm out and stuff, and how they had some Alice Chalmers tractors, or his dad used to have some Alice Chalmers tractors and stuff. Pretty interesting talking to them. They were in there. They had a nail in their tire. They had to get fixed. But boy, they were super nice people. And then I went to Jersey Mike's. It's a sub sandwich place in Whitewater, and talking to one of the young girls in there, worker. She recently just started working there, and she was asking me what the gas prices were around this area, and I was telling her right at that time, it was 2 or 3 days ago, it was about 388.9 a gallon, something like that. Varies, up and down. And I'm like, well, where are you from then? Because she said she wasn't from around here, and she said she's originally from Rockton, Illinois, but she lives in Beloit now, so she's driving from Beloit to Whitewater. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, I mean, that's not real super far, but it's enough when you're working in a sub shop. I said, you're going to be working for your gas. And she says, I know. She said, I got to do something. She said, but just to show you how it affects people with their jobs. They can't go as far away for their jobs and stuff. I worked 18 and a half years in Burlington, Wisconsin at a chocolate factory. I drove 25, I think it was 25 miles. One, I believe that was one way, if I can remember right, to go to work. And I'm like, boy, it'd be pretty expensive right now with this gas prices and stuff. It's really hurting people. People are going to be finding jobs closer to home if they can. So it's just a crazy, crazy world we're living in. I'm sitting here at Culver's in Delavan right now, and they just expanded their drive-through, which I see a lot of restaurants have done this. When I can't quite understand the advantage of it. They got 2 speakers, and it's supposed to be like to make it go faster. I would think that's the reason behind it, but I don't understand. It doesn't seem like it makes it go faster because they don't use both speakers at the same time. They switch off from one, and when they're done with that one, they go to the other one. So it's not really running them through faster. The only thing it does is it shortens up the line a little bit because it gives another space for 3 or 4 more cars that sometimes they get lined up so it doesn't go out into the roadway out there, or the I don't know what you call it, just entrance ways to these stores, and block that up. But I don't know. I don't know. I see, and then like Burger King across the road here, they got 2, and most of the time they have one of them has blocked off with a cone. So I don't know if they just had extra money and they wanted to spend it on this, and they're gonna get some future plans where maybe in the future they'll be using both speakers and stuff. But I don't know. Right now I don't see where it's really helping anything. That brings up another point. I was at Burger King the other day, and I order online a lot because I get a lot of free points and stuff, and boy, they really kind of upset me a little bit at Burger King. It happened like 3 times now. I order online, and then the app says we're gonna check availability. Comes back, everything's available. So then you pay your bill, and then you go up to the drive-through, and you just tell them you're here, give them a number, and they come up to the window. And then every time I come up to the window, or it's been about 3 times, they say, oh, we're out of this, or we're out of that. And it says, well, the app said you checked for availability, and it was all there. I said, and they're like, well, we don't have nothing to do with the app. And I said, you know that's against the law? Have you ever heard of bait and switch? It's like you're selling me a product, and then when I come to pick it up, you're switching it and saying you don't have it, and say I got to take something else. And the lady that was there, I was telling her, she didn't know, she never heard of that before. And I said, is the manager here? She was the manager. I said, well, that's not going to help me much. So I gave him my number, and I says, have the manager call me. I want to talk to her about this. And they never called. So I don't know. just kind of crazy how they can get away with stuff like that. I understand there's a pandemic and stuff, but when your app says they're checking before I pay my bill, if it's available and it says it's available, and then I pay it, and then I get up to the window and it's not there, that's bait and switch right there, man. I don't know how much clearer that could be, but anyways, this pandemic, they're using a lot of stuff for reason to get away with stuff, in my opinion. But anyways, had elections here in Wisconsin, spring elections a few days ago on Tuesday. That went pretty decent, I guess. A lot of changes around and stuff, so hopefully for the better. I'm gonna go in here pretty quick and get the fish fry here at Culver's. They got an excellent fish fry. I don't know if you have a Culver's in your area. It's probably one of the best fish fries in a drive-thru you can get, and I would have to say it's even probably as good as some sit-down restaurants. Yeah, they got some pretty decent fish fry. It is everything's getting expensive, and I think the traffic at these restaurants have gone down because of the prices have jumped pretty drastically, with the price of fuel and stuff making everything go up. I wish we could do that on the farm, you know, when I haul my corn in, and I have to pay extra for trucking because of the price of fuel and stuff. I wish that I could say I gotta add some extra onto the corn because of the price of fuel, but us farmers, we gotta take what they give us. We can't do that. So anyways, I'm gonna run inside here, grab some fish, and I'll be back with you, and I'll show you what the fish fry looks like if you haven't seen it. It's pretty decent. You can get like a 2 or 3 piece. I'm just gonna get a 2 piece. It's plenty. But I'll be right back with you. Okay, here it is. The cod dinner and fries and dinner roll and tartar sauce and coleslaw and butter and a lemon to squeeze on there. Looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and eat this. Just wanted to show it to you before I dug in. If you're ever in Wisconsin or anywhere where there's a Culver's, check out their fish fry. This is what they call a 2-piece cod dinner. You can also get it in a 3-piece. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the Delavan Arboretum. You've probably seen this before. I've done videos on this before. Just figured I'd talk to you in the parking lot here a little bit and end this video, finish it up. Figure I'd let you look at this beautiful tree here. It's a little bit prettier than me. But anyways, I was talking about the drive-thru at Culver's. You know, I was saying they didn't use both speakers. Today they did. So occasionally, I guess they do use them if it's busy, like on a Friday night when they have their fish fry. I've never seen them use both speakers before, so I guess I was wrong there. But it must be just when they're real busy when they use both of them. And it did go pretty fast tonight, so I was pretty happy with that. I was talking about meeting some pretty good people and stuff, you know, the other day at the when I got my oil change at the tire shop, or the name of the shop is in Whitewater, called Pete's Tire. If you ever need anything done and you're in the area, I'd highly recommend them. They do all kinds of stuff too. They do semi tires on big trucks and tractor tires for farmers and all kinds of stuff, car tires, service on vehicles for oil changes and stuff. They're a pretty nice company. They got a company in Elkhorn also, kind of a family deal. I was told, I was talking to the owner's son in Whitewater, and he said the one in Elkhorn is owned by his daughter, or his sister, the son's sister, or the daughter of the owner. And then the father owns the one in Whitewater. And he said they're talking about buying another one. I can't remember if he said Jefferson or Fort Atkinson, up that way somewhere. They're thinking about opening up another shop up there, up in that area. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see businesses doing well. They stayed open during the pandemic, I believe. I know some businesses closed and stuff, but they were open and working. You got to keep the tires on the semis and stuff because they were rolling, you know, they They didn't quit during the pandemic, and they need to be serviced and have their tires changed and stuff. So some companies did really good during the pandemic, and I'm glad to see that they kept going and are doing good. Super nice family. They're talking to the son. He's a super nice guy. I've talked to the father. I've never met the daughter before, but super nice family. They seem like it, and I'd highly recommend them. I was also mentioned about the sub sandwich place in Whitewater earlier too in the video, Jersey Mike's. That was the first time I ever been there, and excellent sandwich. If you're ever in Whitewater and want a sub sandwich, I'd highly recommend them. The workers in there, all of them were super nice. I can tell. I mean, I'm sure they're trained to be that way and stuff, but they were super nice. A lot nicer than some other restaurants you go to. So I'd highly recommend that place too for some good sandwiches. I like some other sub sandwiches place, but I'd say that's probably the best one I've been to. So it was really good, and I'll definitely be going back. I mentioned to them it was my first time there, and they said it's your first time, you get a free cookie. So I got a free chocolate chip cookie, so that was good. So super nice people there. So anyways, when I was coming down here from Culver's, in front of Taco Bell, there was a bunch of people out there protesting abortion, and I'm glad to see people get out and protest for what they agree on. So many people sit at home, they won't speak up, say what they agree on, what they don't agree on. I'm a big person for expressing or using your rights to address your grievances with your government and stuff, and I think people need to do that more. I found a really good video on the internet the other day. It's only less than 5 minutes long. I think it's about 4 minutes and something. It's all about your rights. I'm gonna leave that link down in the description below, and go check it out. I just wish they would have taught more about our rights and how to use them and how to express them more in school when I was in school. Something they didn't really teach much that I can remember. If they did, I sure don't remember it. But I mean, that's been a long time ago. I'm 59 years old now, and but I don't remember being taught much about my rights and how to use them, and how to insert your rights so people don't stomp all over you. It happens in just a little bit. A little piece of your rights gets taken today. Next week another little piece. Next month another piece, and pretty soon your rights are gone. You gotta keep using them, as Amagassett Press says on the internet. He's a First Amendment auditor. If you don't use them, you lose them. And that's true. Once your rights are gone, they're very hard to get back. I'm a big believer in using your rights so we can keep our rights. So anyways, I'm going to leave that video down in the description. Make sure to check that out. Before I started making this video, I had another friend text me. She was telling me about a comedy site on YouTube. I don't watch a whole lot of comedy. But occasionally I will, and she said it's pretty good. She told me to check it out. I watched a little bit of it before I started making this video. I'll probably watch the end of it later. But the name of it is the comedian's name is Christopher Titus, Titus, and I'll leave a link to one of his videos down in the description too if you're into comedy, so go check that out. But anyways, I guess I've been yakking long enough. So I'm gonna end this video. We were getting quite a few snowflakes here just a few minutes ago. I don't know if you can see. Maybe occasionally one will go across the screen, but it's crazy weather here in Wisconsin. So we're still getting some snow here and there, off and on, and rain and wind and gloomy days, all kinds of weird stuff. So anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble on, and we'll catch you on the next Wisconsin Greg Show. Have a great day, everyone, and make sure to leave a thumbs up and comment. I love to hear your comments. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get to them, but I'll get to them eventually. Take her easy. Have a great day. Bye now. I just wanted to pop back on here quick. This is from my home. It's snowing pretty good out there. Just wanted to show it to you, so you don't think I'm joshing you. So anyways, take her easy. Catch you later. Bye now.